Howdy y'all! Today on the Delta we are going to be serving Cajun-inspired barbecued shrimp toast. If you've never heard of barbecued shrimp toast, it's a New Orleans style delicacy. I first had it at Willa Jean restaurant in New Orleans and it was outstanding. I've searched high and low in trying to recreate it. This recipe is pretty close, and good news, it's just as delicious as it is easy. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make the marinade. Take 2 tablespoons of harissa paste. Harissa paste is tomatoey, chili, garlic, yummy goodness. It'll give our marinade an earthy, smoky, spicy flavor. And then we're going to add to that 2 tablespoons of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Add to that a nice squeeze of lime, as well as a pinch of salt. Stir it around, and then set the bowl aside. Next, take 1.5 pounds of shrimp peeled and deveined and pat them dry with paper towel. Toss them in a bowl and then lightly salt and pepper them. Next up, add half of the marinade and then toss the shrimp in the marinade to combine them. Once the marinade and the shrimp are fully combined, set the bowl aside. Let's prep the herbs. This dish is topped with fresh oregano and fresh cilantro. We're going to start with the oregano. Pull the leaves from the stem and then give them a rough chop and then add them to a bowl and set them aside. Next, we're going to take the cilantro and do the very same thing. Pull the leaves from the stem, give them a rough chop, add them to the bowl with the oregano. Next up is the queso fresco. Queso fresco is a tangy curd-like cheese that's commonly used in Mexican dishes. Queso fresco adds a nice, salty, creamy texture and flavor to our shrimp toast. We're going to crumble it with our fingers, put it in a bowl, and set it aside. Next, we're going to peel and press 2 cloves of garlic and put that pressed garlic in a bowl and set it aside. Now we're going to get to work on the avocados. Peel 2 avocados, remove the seeds, and place the avocado pieces in a medium-sized bowl. Then take half of a lime and squeeze the juice of the lime into a measuring cup. We're going to take that lime juice and we're going to pour it over the avocados. Give them a light shake of salt and pepper. Then take your whisk and mash them. Get them to a consistency where they're mostly smooth with a few remaining chunks. This is a great time to kick up the citrus flavor with a little bit of lime zest. Give a lime 1 or 2 shakes over the microplaner and then stir the avocados to incorporate the lime zest. Once that's finished, cover the bowl with a plate and set the avocados aside. Now it's time to cook the shrimp. Take a cast iron skillet, kick it up to medium-high heat, and add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Let it get nice and hot, and once it's hot, we're going to cook our shrimp in batches. Add the first half in an even layer. Shrimp like to be socially distanced in the pan. They don't brown as well when they're crowded, so just note that. Spread them apart. We're going to cook them for about 2 minutes until they are pink and just charred on one side, and then we're going to turn them and cook them for about a minute more. Once the shrimp are cooked through, we're going to transfer those to a bowl and set them aside, and then we're going to repeat the process with the second half of the shrimp. If you need to do more than 2 batches, that's fine too. Just make sure you don't crowd the shrimp. Take your time. After the shrimp are cooked, we're going to reduce the heat to medium and add 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to stir that around and let it get nice and brown and foamy. And when it is, we're going to add the shrimp back to the skillet. And we're going to add the remaining marinade to the shrimp along with the garlic. Fun fact, y'all, I totally forgot to add the garlic. Do as I say, not as I do. Add it here. Get the shrimp nice and coated. Take them off the heat, set them aside, and preheat your broiler. A quick note about cooking your bread. Authentic shrimp toast should be served on bread that is grilled on a charcoal grill. I don't have a charcoal grill, but if you do, please use it. You'll be so glad you did. Cut 4 thick slices of bread and arrange them on a baking sheet. Dot them generously with butter. This was hot bread, so you'll see by the time I got done, some of the butter was already melted. Take your buttered bread slices, toss them under the broiler for a few minutes until they're nice and brown. Then it'll be time to plate up our shrimp toast. Here we go. Take a piece of toasted bread and cover it with the avocado lime spread. Once that's finished, top it with the shrimp. Sprinkle this with some queso fresco and the herb combo. Now we get to serve it up. Tonight I am serving it to my daughter Casey, who is home from college. This is one of her favorite dishes. Let's see how she likes it. All right, that thumbs up is the best we can hope for, people. I know shrimp and bread and barbecue sauce seem counterintuitive, but I promise if you try this, you'll be so glad you did. If you do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how it turns out for you. Thanks again for watching, and happy cooking, y'all.